It is the 29th of December 2024. A very warm welcome to the UBC Weekend Edition with Ms. Sharon Kyomugisha. And of course, in the course of the week, President Yoweri Museveni announced plans to construct an international airport in Kanungu district. Speaking at as the chief guest at the International Community of Banyachigezi ICOB event in Kanungu, Museveni emphasized that the airport will boost tourism in the nature-rich Chigezi sub-region. The convention, which unites people from the 7 districts of Greater Chigezi as well as those from other districts and the diaspora, is held annually in one of the 7 districts to discuss social and economic development.
Hundreds of the Banyachigezi community has gathered in Isingiro hotel grounds in Kanungu district for this year's Banyachigezi convention. This year's International Community of Banyachigezi ICOB convention has been graced by the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, as the chief celebrant.
It's our great honor, Your Excellency, to receive you in Kigezi and in Kanungu in particular.
The ICOB Convention is an annual event which brings together members of the Banyachigezi communities living in the diaspora and in Uganda.
On behalf of the board and the executive committee of the Uganda chapter ICOB, I welcome you to the 10th edition of the ICOB Uganda Chapter Convention in Chihihi, Kanungu District.
For this event has been attended by, among others, the former Prime Ministers of Uganda, Ruhakana Rugunda, John Patrick Amama Mbabazi, Ministers Dr. Chris Wariomusi, key political figures and religious leaders from Chigezi community.
And we again thank you, Your Excellency, for the promotion of peace and security within the East African region, within Africa and the world at large.
Chaitaga Chigezi, tuine minerals, tuine ebyomuitaka, nitwetaga za factory kea iron ore, okubihinduramu, kubitamu value, kandi echoyi nomu plani, nitwetaga Your Excellency okatuhereza skilling center, eyokugonjura abana beitu erikabale, katwantukushabangu the northern part of Chigezi, Karukunjiri na Kanungu, Ostereyo endijo, abokwe minyeto, tuine minyeto minji.
On such meetings, the Banyachigezi community put emphasis on development and national issues.
Minyeto, abarema kandi n'abagurusi, Your Excellency, esente z'orukutuha ni nyingi, zonjire kwimusya omutindo gwa abantu bito ko bahoje, kandi no kutuma babona capital okuba involved.
We would like to have an interaction with you at an appropriate time you may choose. They have some issues which I have been able to go through myself and have not been able to resolve them.
Addressing the gathering, President Museveni did put emphasis on the development of the area.
And we are allowing them to undermine their natural resource, which was land. This is really a big mistake. So I think let's resolve this issue of enterprise selection. Read what we said, you respond to it, what do we do? And then we meet again like in February. I will look for you, for the executive, and we talk.
To boost tourism in Chigezi, Museveni reveals plans to establish an international airport in Chigezi. Museveni, however, condemns politics of individualism and identity manifesting in Greater Chigezi.
Mbweno kurira abantu nibagamba edini. Abakatoliki, abaprotestanti, abasilamu, nyowe ndiyo mukozi. Tinyine ikintu kwenda ha muntu wena. Ikinkoro no mu Uganda no businyi. Ahandi nyine ente zanjye. Tinyine ikintu kwenda. Obunabe ni shoma tene munyankore wanyambire. Wanyambire amazuka guta. Nyabe atulenteze akampera. taruha umunyangora kujatinka kuyambeke na taruha umunyadini wa nyambiri idini oprotestanti obukatoliki obusiramu kwenda huko shetani. What are you telling me? Nongaseraki ababona uburani nshobo bakangaseraki abakubikora umanyengura hangata kuja kubashemero.
This has been the 27th International Community of Abanyachigezi Convention, an annual event which happens every year. Robert Anyango, UBC News.
President Yoweri Museveni attended the Thanksgiving ceremony of the Minister of State for Animal Industry, Lieutenant Colonel Wamala, at St. Paul Marshal Church of Uganda in Isingiro district. The event was organized by Wamala, the Isingiro North Member of Parliament, to honor his parents and express gratitude to President Museveni for his continued support to the people of Isingiro district.
President Yoweri Museveni attended the Thanksgiving ceremony for Lieutenant Colonel Bright Ramirama, the State Minister for Animal Industry, at St. Paul Marshal Church of Uganda in Isingiro district. Ramirama, who is also the Member of Parliament for Isingiro County North, hosted the event. The President cautioned the people of Isingiro against encroaching on wetlands, emphasizing that if preserved properly, wetlands could provide crucial water resources for irrigation. President Museveni encouraged the people of Isingiro to adopt the 4-acre farming model to maximize the use of their land. The president also recommended large-scale cultivation of crops such as cotton and maize for those with larger plots. The president warned against land fragmentation, stating that it hinders the prosperity of Ugandans. He advised families to consolidate their land into a family company for better management.
Company yeka ubahe shares ukora zibahereze kubara baranka batano bona ubato mu company urikikuza kuba baganisiza ati una kwereza ikicweke na kiri bagume hamwe ngo ubahe shares.
President Museveni expressed gratitude to Ramirama for his role in uniting the people of Isingiro. He also announced plans to allocate land for an industrial park in the district and directed that one of the health center fours be upgraded to a district hospital.
So, mchugumizemu enaremu ne kwa tampora mpora abaganda bagira ngo akwate mpora akora ki bugubugu siki.
During the event, President Museveni donated shillings 40 million to support church activities. Lieutenant Colonel Bright Ramirama thanked God for the blessings his family has received and expressed gratitude for the foundation laid by their parents. Ramirama also thanked President Museveni for his support to both the Ramirama family and the people of Isingiro.
Your Excellency, itunka family, ntwenda kusima munonga, mgenzi wetu kandi PSO wakozereniwe, akana aza kufwa kurotara interveningire. Mwami Richard Muhinda, ntukusima.
Ramirama praised President Yoweri Museveni for his leadership and development initiatives in the district. The LC5 chairperson of Isingiro district, Aaron Turahi, informed the president that all residents in the district support the NRM and are committed to voting for the party in the 2026 general elections. He also expressed appreciation for the president's development projects in the area.
Kama nje president ngokona minister ya gamba tutungire sente nyingi twenda kusima habwa project ya mizi percentage yaje kugambira konka twine program nungi munonga eriyone gendo misho eyakagera erikuza kuyamba abantu bisingiro okutunga mizi hamwe n'abanyambarra bone kandi ngenda kuhamisiriza ngo project eriyone genda jo misho ebicweka kinana aharigana byakozurwe okureyinga pipeline okuzambarra kandi ebicweka nkaga nibyo bayikaho okora treatment plant aha main river eyakagera.
The Bishop of Ankole Diocese, the Right Reverend Dr. Fred Sheldon Mwesigwa, presided over the Thanksgiving ceremony officiated by President Yoweri Museveni at Masha Church of Uganda in Isingiro. The event was also attended by ministers, members of parliament, and other officials.
In the course of the week, the National Coordinator of Operation Wealth Creation, Senior Presidential Advisor General Caleb Akandwanaho, commonly known as Saleh, expressed dissatisfaction with the ongoing suppression of investors by local government officials. He highlighted that the demand for kickbacks from development partners has driven away many potential opportunities for the country. General Saleh was speaking in Good.
For the past 2 decades, government of Uganda has opened up its doors to both local and foreign investors with the main aim of boosting development and creating employment. However, this initiative has faced setbacks as some leaders continue to set barriers for potential investors.
All the local governments are hostile to investors. I don't know why. They are hostile to the private sector.
While addressing a group of business community leaders in Gulu City this week, General Saleh also called on local commercial officers to account for key government programs in their regions.
Why is the local governments not responsive to investors?
We've been trying hard, and recently we launched a PPP project for the markets. And up to now we have.
He criticized them for their failure to effectively implement government projects.
All these commercial officers are the ones who are supervising machines which are not working. Like all the machines for SCDP, all the rice, there is no rice in Nigeria. They have more than 80 rice hurdles in the whole region. 80. So, what is the problem?
General Saleh did not spare any technocrats present, holding them accountable for the underperformance in various sectors.
You have more than 100 rice mills in the work area. Why are they not working?
Thank you. The seasonality of the productions of the rice is an issue. Then number two, our people who produce rice, immediately they produced, they are unable to keep because of the high needs for money.
Despite the considerable government programs and funds allocated to northern Uganda, particularly the Acholi sub-region, Saleh expressed disappointment with the low pace of development on the ground.
You have the land, you have the PDM money now for production, so why is processing not taking off? These are the people who came from Kabeka, they are looking for sunflower, rice, maize, soybean, sim, but we did a scan and you can't even get 2,000 tons.
To local leaders, he urged them to stop soliciting money from investors, emphasizing that such practices undermine development efforts.
Don't ask money from these guys when the business is still starting. You wait until the business matures and then they are confident and then they can
General Saleh was officiating at the launch of the Made in Uganda Africa showroom in Gulu City, an initiative aimed at promoting local products and businesses.
When I see this today, it's overwhelming that it's possible for us to also have an industrial park here in Gulu.
Today at this grand event, please allow me to introduce Kabeka Industrial Park to everyone. Development of Liaoshen Industrial Park is in line with the Uganda government BUBU policy. Currently, there are 30 factories set in the park.
This is about business. We all study supply chains. This is actually about supply chain. What is a supply chain? To make products come closer to the people so that they are not inconvenienced. So, next time when we come here, this is going to be the biggest market of people who have been complaining about the cost of lorries, the cost of fuel. It is now going to come here. If you want fertilizer, you want machinery, you want whatever equipment you are interested in. So this is about logistics. And
the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development performance reviews indicates a 50% of performance in the areas of affirmative action, law and justice, job creation and wealth since 2021. The State Minister for Gender, Peace Mutuzo, is hopeful that at the end of 2026, the sector will have achieved most of its targets and objectives.
Under its core mandate of promoting issues of labor productivity and employment, social protection, gender equality and equity, human rights, culture and empowerment, in the 2021-2024 performance review of the sector, the ministry centered efforts on achieving better standards of living, equity and social cohesion of the elderly, the youth and people living with disabilities.
We have so far been able to cover 1,803 groups, and along with that, 12,218 beneficiaries were reached, where 6,080 are female, 6,138 are male, and we have offered them finances totaling to 14.3 billion shillings.
The GROW project, which is a government initiative aimed at responding to the needs of women entrepreneurs who want to grow their businesses, sustain their self-employment, and create more jobs, was another area of focus for the Ministry of Gender. To achieve this, the Ministry of Gender had to secure a World Bank grant to enhance women enterprises through GROW project.
The Government of Uganda secured a World Bank grant amounting to $217 million to finance generation of growth opportunities and productivity for women enterprises, commonly known as GROW. And with that, 522 women enterprises platform were mapped out and assessed across the country to support GROW projects.
Through labor externalization, the Ministry of Gender has managed to create employment opportunities to many Ugandans in the United Arab Emirates by licensing labor companies to export Ugandan labor. According to the State Minister of Labor, Peace Mutuzo, labor externalization contributes over 30 billion to the country's GDP.
300,000 employment opportunities with the wage averaging to 1 million shillings have been created. At least whoever goes to the Middle East is able to earn not less than 1 million shillings per month. So over the reporting period, government has been able to so far collect 30 billion Uganda shillings from this externalization of labor.
Despite of the industrial unrests between employers and employees, the Ministry of Gender has managed to file a number of cases to ensure equality equity, and justice to workers through compensations for both government and private sector employees.
142 cases have been settled in total over the 3 years. Complaints that were referred to the industrial courts were 85 in financial 21-22, 60 in financial 22-23, 35 in financial 23-24. Total was 180 cases that were referred.
Having registered over 3,500 workplaces, the ministry embarked on inspection to ensure compliance. This undertaking attracts annually 400 billion shillings in tax collection, hence broadening the tax base.
We have been able to register 3,324 workplaces in Eastern, Western, Northern region and Central area, in accordance with the Occupational Safety and Health Act 2006. 3,047 workplaces were inspected for compliance, and we have been able to generate for the economy 4,798,000.
Despite of these achievements, the ministry has a number of projects running.
We are working on also developing what we call a social registry for this country. And that social registry should help us get data on almost all these vulnerable groups of people that are benefiting from existing programs of government, empowerment, social protection programs. That single registry is something we have already progressed.
However, inadequate funding has been a challenge that has limited ministry's ability to achieve 100% of the set goals. Winnie Ainembabazi Katwire for UBC.
Archbishop Emeritus of Kampala, Cardinal Wamala, earlier this week encouraged Christians to not only celebrate the festive season but also thank God for their lives and achievements. The Cardinal made these remarks while addressing his grandchildren, led by the State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. Jesse Muyingo, during the celebrations marking his 98th birthday at his home in Zambia.
The celebration to mark Cardinal Wamala's 98th birthday began with a mass led by the director of the Cardinal's home, Reverend Father Paul Mugerwa, assisted by Monsignor Charles Kasibante and a cross-section of priests. Cardinal Wamala encouraged Christians to use the festive season not just for celebration, but as an opportunity to thank God for their lives and achievements, giving true meaning to Christmas. He expressed gratitude to those who have supported him throughout his life, especially Dr. Muyingo, and appealed to Christians to always emphasize supporting those in need, forgiveness and unity. The State Minister for Higher Education and leader of Cardinal Wamala's grandchildren, Dr. Jesse Muyingo, congratulated the Cardinal on his 98th anniversary and praised his significant contributions during his service in various religious positions.
nemukulabirira abazzukulu ba Cardinal tujjabalabirira erinnya lya Cardinal temuliswaza era temuliswaziza poliisi defuna mwena mubadde bantu balungi.
Cardinal Wamala was ordained as a bishop in 1981, becoming the first bishop of Chinda Mityana. He was appointed Archbishop of Kampala in 1991 and later made a cardinal by the Pope in 1994. Mutonyi Hilda and Salon Kasibante Fred for UBC.
The State House Anti-Corruption Unit, in coordination with other intelligence and security intelligence agencies, conducted a raid at BEP Auto Garage in Entebbe, covering 40 metallic boxes containing suspected counterfeit US dollars valued at approximately $2 million. Now, Kennedy Ondokara, Shaku's spokesperson, confirmed that one suspect has been arrested in connection with the operation, and further investigations are underway to identify additional individuals involved in the counterfeit currency scheme.
Coordinated operation at BEP Auto Garage, located near the post office in Entebbe, following a tip-off. The operation was prompted by intelligence indicating suspicious goods being held at Entebbe International Airport.
So during the month of May and October, State House Anti-Corruption Unit received information about a consignment which was closely being suspiciously being held at Entebbe International Airport. Together with other security agencies, we are closely been monitoring this consignment and using CCTV cameras at the Entebbe Airport and also police cameras. We managed to trace where the consignment was taken to.
During the search, approximately 40 metallic boxes were discovered, some of which contained counterfeit US dollars totaling to $2 million. Several of the boxes had been deliberately filled with soil to give them the appearance of being heavier, likely in an attempt to deceive the intended recipients. Some boxes were disguised as shipping containers for legitimate goods, but upon inspection, they were found to contain useless items, including empty crates of beer and soda. Kennedy Odonkara confirmed that one individual has been arrested and is currently assisting authorities in identifying the masterminds behind the counterfeit operation.
So today, together with invited representatives from Civil Aviation Security, Entebbe Police, the local leaders and a few neighbors, we managed to conduct a search at the said garage. And the search, and as we were conducting the search, we managed we found 40 boxes containing suspected counterfeit US dollars amounting to about $2 million.
Shaku had been monitoring the consignment since receiving tips in May and October regarding suspicious activity at Entebbe International Airport. Surveillance efforts intensified when the consignment was covertly moved from the airport to BEP Auto Garage in Entebbe. The investigation is ongoing, with authorities working to apprehend additional suspects connected to the counterfeit currency operation.
Stop breathing. To be a winner, you must breathe only when necessary. Breathing is for losers. What is that? Did I give you permission to sweat? You can sweat in your free time. Push the arms straight.
Winning is hard, but with MTN Momo, it's easy. Simply pay or shop with Momo for a chance to win mobile money every day. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Uganda, are you ready to kick things up to the next level? The Uganda National Lottery brings you Sports Take 10. Predict the results of 10 football games and win big. With tickets at only 500 shillings, Join the fun and make your predictions count with SportsTech 10. SportsTech 10, your ticket to football glory.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Tuliko ground, Blascon, paint and win. Yes, yeah, Blascon, paint and win. Tuliko ground, Chicho, buy paint worth 100K. Get a scratch card, SMS the code to 7197. Stand a chance to win instant airtime, 1 million shillings bully day there, or a share over 3 million shillings jackpot each week. What do you want the brand new bodas, tuk-tuks, and so much more? Catch the paint and win action every Monday on Bukede One, NBS, and Sanyuka TV. Blascon, color your world.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
There is myths that so many of you live by. If your eye is twitching, it means you're going to see someone you like. If it shines and rains at the same time, it means a leopard is giving birth. If your hand is itching, it means you're going to get money. If you see an owl, it means somebody's gonna die. If you hear of a disease outbreak, just know it is in a village district at the border next to some suspicious country. You will want to scratch that last myth, because Mpox is in 19 districts and Kampala is among with dozens of cases. Please stop going around checking anyone's hand. Mpox kills. Protect your loved ones.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby dondolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondolo. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In more news, the National Environment Management Authority, in partnership with various lead agencies, launched an extensive restoration effort for degraded wetlands across the country in May 2024. This initiative followed the issuance of multiple restoration orders requiring illegal occupants of gazetted wetlands to vacate voluntarily.
Over the years, the wetlands across the country have been subjected to drainage in favor of agriculture, industrialization, infrastructure developments, and settlements. This has been brought about by factors like population pressure, rural-urban migration, political interference, and poverty, among others.
So the political opportunists are taking advantage of the populace. They are parasites. They want to use the poor people's card to gain the political advantage.
To curb the situation, several initiatives have been put in place to encounter the problem, including enactment of laws, policies and regulations on wetland degradation. In addition to the existing laws, in September 2021, National Environment Management Authority took action by suspending the consideration and issuance of project approvals within such critical ecosystems. This was intended to curb further degradation and save the remaining wetlands from complete destruction.
Government is very clear: no more deforestation, no more wetland usage for destructive purposes.
In 2024, NEMA again carried out another major restoration exercise that involved the physical demolition of structures that had been illegally erected on gazetted wetlands. The most contentious area that attracted criticism during the 2024 restoration exercise included the highly degraded Lubiji wetland in Kampala, where over 200 illegal households were demolished.
We don't know what next. We tried to contact the Buganda government. They said it's now the NEMA taking over. So now we are in this situation of confusion.
We don't stop people from going to courts of law because that is their right. But issues concerning their occupation here, some say that they have been here for 12, 13 years. And they claim that because they have been here for 12 years, that is enough for them to stay here. But the law is very clear. It says you must have been on the land for 12 uninterrupted years.
The exercise was misconceived and politicized by some sections of the public who faulted NEMA for allegedly exercising discriminatory application of the law.
We've indicated actually they are giving contradictory information. They are saying those who had been served with the restoration orders were only 8, meaning those are the only people who are subject who are going to be evicted, only 8. Then the person who chaired the tribunal said, no, there were 15. So we are not so sure. We are still verifying that. How many people actually had been served with the restoration orders and were due for eviction.
Are we saying the poor destroying environment is okay? Those who are saying we are going after the poor, they don't know what they are talking about. The poor are the minority in Uganda. They are not the majority. Stop deceiving yourselves.
According to NEMA, the notion of discrimination is intended to divert the noble cause of saving wetlands from degradation. Dr. Akankwasa Paritega is the Executive Director, National Environment Management Authority.
So the people who are actually destroying the environment, those who are calling the poor, are not poor. Poor people cannot have rentals in Lubiji. They cannot have taxes. Those are not poor. They are not even the 30%. How can the poor person backfill a wetland? That's not possible.
Even with a number of binding laws on wetland protection, political interference has continuously affected the implementation of some laws.
Somebody wants to vote, but he's fearing to say, please vote for me. He's hiding behind, I fought for you not to be evicted from a wetland. That's political opportunism.
Nonetheless, NEMA has vowed to continue with the exercise and has asked the public to desist from being caught on the wrong side of the law and take advantage of the festive holiday to leave voluntarily.
Those who are still in the wetland and have not taken advantage of the pause to mobilize their assets and live peacefully without loss, when we resume very soon, they should not cry, because we have given them enough time.
Similarly, NEMA is set to embark on boundary demarcation of all gazetted areas, management of all natural resources within their jurisdiction, intensifying enforcement of all illegal activities.
We shall not promote agriculture that degrades forest anymore, and agriculture will now also go through environment and social impact assessment. Commercial agriculture will be certified by NEMA, and they will have a certificate of environment and social impact assessment. And to export your coffee, by the way, your farm must have gone through environment and social impact assessment.
It is worth noting that wetlands are integral in supporting the achievement of the 2030 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Susan Nawonga reporting for UBC TV.
Uganda Electricity Transmission Company Limited Chief Executive Officer Joshua Karamagi recounts on the electricity transmission projects completed in the year 2024 and commits on other projects intending to facilitate regional power trade under the East African Power Pool arrangement. Take a look.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Uganda Electricity Transmission Company Limited, Joshua Karamagi, identified some issues which warranted immediate attention, particularly settling land disputes at the beginning of his term of office in March of 2023.
On that land, we usually cut off titles from people's land where we buy, where the corridor is going to pass. But there has been a huge backlog of titles not returned to the owners of land. And when I came in, we had a backlog of close to 1,500 titles. And immediately I decided to have a project in that area of making sure we return people's titles which we had held for a period of more than 10, 15 years. So far, out of the 1,500 titles in this new project we have set up on the land issues, we have so far cleared 700 titles, and we are continuing to clear this backlog.
Completion of electricity substations to connect West Nile to the national electricity grid was top priority. All this was possible through a solid support from the line ministry.
Over 100 billion for only this Kogna, Kole, Gulu, Nebi, Arua transmission line. We needed to pay people.
We have since completed the Gulu, Nebi, Arua transmission line that connects the West Nile to the national grid. This had not happened since independence.
However, the company faced internal challenges which reflected inefficiency in the public domain. A human resource gap was evident and needed urgent attention. The company also invested resources to own a master plan to guide its operation forward.
We started by crafting a new strategic plan for the organization. When I joined, the old strategic plan had 3 months to end. That was June 2023.
Other projects handled this year enhanced power reliability includes creation of special lines for industrial parks and supportive infrastructure for Kampala Metropolitan Improvement Project.
It will make sure that the ring around the Kampala metropolitan area is provided with reliable power, and that means for the significant investments of the country that are around Kampala, that they are in good state in terms of energy.
To facilitate cross-border trade under the East African Power Pool arrangement, UETCL intends to construct more 3 border interconnections to feed on the regional electricity grid.
The infrastructure that is available, we are able to participate in the East African Power Pool trading. However, to improve on this trading, we need to improve on the interconnectivity. So the lines I've told you, the interconnection between Uganda and Tanzania, Southern Sudan and Uganda and the DRC will only improve this trading. But come mid next year, we will participate in this trade based on the existing infrastructure.
Karamagi prides of curbing rampant vandalism of power infrastructure, which had crippled bulk electricity transmission.
To have this issue really resolved, we brought it to the attention of the government. The Prime Minister's office is involved. The security agencies are involved. We have involved the communities where these lines are. We have had to do sensitizations on radios.
This attributes to strategic collaboration with security agencies. Abdul Nasir Luwama for UBC.
From the sports scene, Ugandan sport has thrived this year, almost all disciplines having great milestones. In this special report, we look at the sport of cricket as it thrived this year, notably the men's team making it to the T20 World Cup for the first time. Take a look at Counterfeit.
From the women's national team taking part in the T20 World Cup qualifiers for the second time in February, to the men's team making their first T20 World Cup appearance in June and crowning the year with a great performance in the Challenge League B and Continental Cup, plus both teams taking part in the African Games for the first time. The sport of cricket in Uganda had a great year.
2024 has been a very good year for Uganda cricket. I think we've done well in terms of achievements. We had so many first times. I don't want to call them first times, but we had so many. I think the big standout for us has been the appearance of the cricket cranes at the 2024 T20 World Cup that was in the West Indies. First time appearance for the team after having qualified in 2023 in Namibia, and it was a very good experience for the boys. And in that World Cup, we were able to play against 3 test playing teams and 1 associate team. And of course, we also picked up our first win at the World Cup, defeating PNG by 3 wickets. In a very, very good game. So it was a very good experience for the boys, and hopefully that is something that can inspire them to continue going back to the T20 World Cup to continue qualifying for the World Cup. T20 World Cup comes around every after 2 years, so hopefully that in 2025 we can be able to qualify for the 2026 World Cup that will be in India and Sri Lanka. And one of the games from that World Cup was the exposure the team was able to get, first of all, playing against Afghanistan, New Zealand and the West Indies. Hopefully that doesn't come around very often for us, considering that those are test playing teams and we are an associate nation. But as well, the amount of money we were able to get from qualifying for the World Cup experience. But the girls also got an opportunity of playing at the global qualifiers in Abu Dhabi. Since 2018 we hadn't been there. And we hope that they can continue to do the same as well.
Domestically, the sport also continued to shine, with the league reaching milestones.
In terms of our local cricket, we were finally able to get new champions. This Damani had been dominant for the last 5 years. But in the 50 over league, Kachi Tigers were the winners. And in the T20 league, Wanderers Cricket Club winning that tournament. For the girls, Roti City continuing their dominance as well, winning back-to-back T20 titles. But I think the big shift was in the men's categories, whereas this Damani had been dominant for the last 5 years. The schools competition is very, very good. Light SS winning the schools competition for the first time, the girls tournament. Defeated Olida High School in Soroti, while GGSS defended their boys title, which was also a very good feat for them. The boys competition going to 18 schools and the girls competition going to 16 schools from 14.
Uganda Cricket received around $1.5 million from a sponsor to support the game.
That's a lot of money for us to gain in terms of developing the game in Uganda, and hopefully that money can trickle down, especially to the grassroots, and help us find the next superstars for the national teams.
In this same year, after the T20 World Cup, Brian Masaba resigned from his role as the Cricket Cranes captain and from T20 cricket.
You know, I've always put this team first and its best interests. And we've come to the end of a cricket cycle. We're starting a new cycle that continues for the next 3 or 4 years. And I felt it was the best time to hand over the reins to the next guy that will lead Uganda into that next cricket cycle.
Riazat Alisha was chosen to replace Brian Masaba, and he captained Uganda during the Challenge League B and Continental Cup.
Brian is an amazing mentor for us from long time. He was a great leader. We have learned a lot of things from him, and personally for me, I have learned a lot of things from him about discipline, our leadership in the ground and outside the ground, the way he treats the players, the way he gelled with the players. It's amazing.
Brian Masaba was with the team during the Challenge League B and says he will still be committed to supporting the team to accomplish greater things.
Still being a part of the team in the 50 over format, and just trying to play my part in trying to get us to ODI cricket. So it's a team in transition, and for me, I've always been about the team. It's never been about me, whether I play or not, but what contribution I can make when I do come. And they were trying out different combinations, and I was just happy to get my shot and try and put my hand up for the team. Try and execute a role. And because I was tried in a couple of positions, I opened in one of the games and then moved down into the middle in the next one. So, I have no problem with that. Again, it's about what I can do for the team, and just play where the team needs you. The most important thing is the success of the team at the end of the tournament. So I look forward to helping the team again when I can.
Overall, you can see that Uganda cricket has thrived this year, but yet again, what is next for this sport?
I wish, the new crop of players get the opportunity to feel what that was like, to get your team to a World Cup and play at a World Cup, which is the pinnacle of cricket. So, fingers crossed the team can go there and repeat what we did, and hopefully we can see them at another World Cup. I think
2025 big things, a lot of qualification rounds for the teams. The men will be playing the Africa T20 finals in Zimbabwe in September. The under-19 boys will be trying to qualify for the under-19 boys World Cup. They will be playing those qualifiers in Nigeria sometime in April. The girls will also be trying to qualify for another global tournament in October later in the year. So 3 major qualification rounds for the teams. But as well, the cricket cranes will be keeping an eye on the Challenge League. The second round will be happening in February the 4th to the 17th in Hong Kong. So they will be trying to consolidate their position. But even locally, there should be a lot of changes. There will be changes in our local league to try and make sure it gets more competitive, it has more value. So a lot of things should be coming up in 2025. And we are very, very excited at Uganda Cricket.
Grace Joyce Kyomugisha, UBC News.
Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely afternoon, and join me later on at 8 and 10 for more news coming your way in the English Bulletin. Bye-bye.